Rules. Rules are there to be followed. Rules are not to be broken. The rules are there because if they are broken, bad things happen. Following the rules is the right thing to do. Breaking the rules is the wrong thing to do. But what if that isn't true? A set of established rules can be just as duplicitous, just as malicious, just as downright dirty as any act of breaking a rule. For rules can be put in place specifically to ensure punishment, rather than simply to deter things that are objectively harmful. If the law dictates that you may not breathe, every inhale becomes a criminal act. And there will still be those who insist that those punished should have just held their breath. The thought of such a law may sound absurd, yet we have many laws that have existed and do exist that are just as unfairly punitive. Laws that dictate that you must have a home means that if you lose your home, you become a criminal. Laws that dictate that you cannot beg when you have no means to survive without begging means you become a criminal. Laws that say you cannot stay here when you have no other place to stay means you become a criminal. Sometimes the law has been even less subtle with its targeted oppression. Jim Crow, Nuremberg, the Indian Act, and the Pale of Settlement are all quite clear and concise in their targeted oppression. Following those rules was adhering to oppression. To break those laws, to break those rules, was to resist oppression. And let us not forget as well how inconsistent the law is in its application. A serial killer who murders his victims in their own homes when caught is imprisoned or executed. But had he just become the CEO of a tobacco company, he'd have a far greater death toll and a salary to match. If you steal from work, you're a criminal. If you short pay your employees, you're a business owner. If you go door to door and ask for money to fund your run for office, you're a politician. If you sit beneath a street lamp and ask for money to feed you and your starving child, you're a panhandling vagrant, loitering where you aren't wanted, a criminal by law. And in some places, the law may even dictate that the act of taking pity on you and just giving you some much-needed food is breaking the rules. And for some who have pity in their hearts, they may be deterred, because breaking the rules is said to be the wrong thing to do. So there you will sit, with your starving child in the cold, breaking the rules to survive, a criminal through no fault of your own. And when the cold finally takes you and the child in your arms, far too many people will ask, why didn't they just follow the rules? When I think we should all be asking, how could they?